Wrexham crashed out of the FA Trophy following a fourth successive defeat since the turn of the new year in a match that was ultimately decided by 2 penalty decisions. Leyton Orient, who finished with 10 men after Myles Judd's dismissal, booked their place in the third round of the often derided competition as Matt Harrold stepped up from 12 yards to send Christian Dibble the wrong way after James Brophy had been felled after a tangle of legs with Mark Carrington. Dragons assistant boss Mike Newell had no qualms with the decision by official Peter Gibbons to award Orient their spot kick, but felt the home side should have been handed one of their own. In the first half, Charlie Lee blocking a goal-bound effort from Luke Young after a heel right had weaved his way into the Orient box to cut the ball back to the midfielder. "To be quite honest, I thought their penalty. From where I am, it looked a penalty," explained Newell following a fourth successive loss in which the Dragons have also failed to find the back of the net. "So you can't really argue with the referee's decision. There were a couple of other things that I might have argued with, but not that one. And as far as ours, yes, we thought it was a penalty, but that is the way the game is. It is on those fine margins that matches are often won and lost, yet Wrexham will know that they again failed to offer enough in the final third to warrant progress to the next round." Luke Summerfield fires a shot for Wrexham against Leyton Orient in the FA Trophy. Photo, David Powell, Daily Post Wales. Image, Daily Post Wales. Few Wrexham fans will shed too many tears following the Dragons' exit from a competition which is seen by so many as a distant second behind promotion to the Football League, yet what will be worrying is that the Dragons failed to arrest a slump in form that is threatening to derail that quest. Manager Graham Barrow has been busy in the January transfer window to add reinforcements to his attacking options, tying down Bobby Grant on a permanent deal after his loan from Fleetwood expired, as well as signing highly coveted and summer target Jason Oswell on an 18-month deal and Cole Stockton on loan until the end of the season from Tranmere Rovers. The latter two were making their home debuts on Saturday with Grant omitted from the squad entirely, yet there was still a distinct lack of a cutting edge to the Dragons' play. A defensive back three with 2 wing-backs should have seen Wrexham offer more width and a greater attacking threat to get crosses into the box, yet the home side struggled to find any kind of fluency to their game and were often over-reliant on heaving long balls forward for Oswell and Stockton to fight for, often the duo found wanting against the sizable Orient backline. Indeed, the closest the Dragons came to finding a breakthrough was on 17 minutes, Luke Summerfield hitting a sumptuous drive from 30 yards that beat Dean Brill but cannoned back off the outside of the post. James Jennings gets forward for Wrexham against Leyton Orient in the FA Trophy. Photo, David Powell, Daily Post Wales. Image, Daily Post Wales. Already 2019 is in danger of turning into an annus horribilis for the Dragons, and we are less than a fortnight of the year. Saturday's FA Trophy defeat saw Wrexham's losing streak stretch to 4 matches since the turn of the new year, the Dragons suffering National League defeats against Salford City, Dover Athletic and Bromley to miss out on the chance to overhaul Orient at the top of the table. Barrow had made his intentions clear in the week that he was looking at the FA Trophy as a chance to experiment and find a plan B, and he was true to his word after making 4 changes and opting for a back 3 in defence. New Wrexham AFC striker says he snatched their handoff when offer came out went Rob Leyton in goal to be replaced by Dibble, while Brad Walker, returning on loan until the end of the season after joining Shrewsbury in midweek, took over from Sean Pearson in the heart of the back 3 alongside Jack Lawler and Kevin Roberts. Carrington and Stockton also started in place of Paul Rutherford and Grant. Edinburgh, who had turned down the option of completing the tie on the day should the match have finished level after 90 minutes, made 7 changes to the lineup that had lost a week earlier against Salford, offering starts to Alex Lawless, George Elokobi, former Dragons Lonnie Jordan Maguire, Drew Judd, Dan Happy, Harold and James Alabi. Wrexham AFC signed defender Kieran Kennedy. With so many changes on both sides, it was unsurprising that the match failed to spark into life in the opening exchanges, the piece of action coming as Summerfield's long-range effort went close, Stockton doing well to hold up play and find the midfielder. Dibble, making his second start of the season, was alert to tip a Maguire-Drew cross shot over the top moments later, before Stockton was just off target with drive after James Jennings, pressed into a more attacking role on the left, out-muscled Judd. Wrexham's Akil Wright closes in on the Leyton Orient goal in the FA Trophy. Photo, David Powell, Daily Post Wales. Image, Daily Post Wales. Judd was soon in referee Peter Gibbons' book for a poor challenge on Jennings, a challenge he would later come to regret as he earned an early bath before the official waved away claimed for a penalty for the Dragons. Wright driving into the box, his pullback perfect for Young whose shot was blocked by a diving Lee. Dibble was called into action and added on time at the end of the first half, the stopper doing well to keep out Alabi's powerful shot, the former Chester striker reaching Maguire-Drew's through ball and beating Walker far too easily as the stand-in centre-half committed himself with sliding tackle. Wrexham AFC are still well-placed despite losing runs, says Graham. Barrow-Oswell could not contort his body to turn home a deep cross from Carrington as Wrexham started the second half at a much higher tempo, Young having already screwed a poor effort wide after driving forward. But for all their promising play in the second half, Wrexham found themselves behind just after the hour mark as Carrington tangled with James Brophy in the box, Mr. Gibbons having no hesitation but to the point to the spot, Harrold sending Dibble the wrong way from 12 yards. Orient were forced to finish the game with 10 men after Judd's ill-advised lunge on Rekil Pike, the right-back shown a second yellow card, yet it was the visitors who looked the more likely to grab the second goal, substitute Josh Koroma missing a good chance from the edge of the box, Wrexham failing to halt a run from deep by the impressive Brophy, before Koroma also fired wide inside the final 5 minutes as the home side pressed forward in search of an equalizer and left space in behind. Betola delivered a clever cross into the box that Stockton should have done better with inside the 4 minutes of added-on time, before the on-long winger saw any real hopes of a late revival and as he fired high over the top seconds later. Wrexham 5-3-2, Dibble, Lawler, Walker, Roberts, Carrington, Rutherford 81, Wright, Tollett 76, Summerfield, Young, Jennings, Oswell, Pike 60, Stockton. Subs, Leyton, Holroyd, Book, Young. Leyton Orient 4-4-2, Brill, Judd, Happy, Ekpiteta, Swede 16, Elakobi, Maguire-Drew, Koroma 75, Lawless, Lee, Brophy, Gorman 83, Harrold, Alabi. Subs, Sargent, Sotaru. Book, Judd. Sent off Judd. Referee, Peter Gibbons. At 1,949, 105 away, man of the match, James Jennings, solid and composed showing from the defender pressed into a wing-back role. Moment of the match, Luke Summerfield's sumptuous 30-yard pile driver that went close to giving the Dragons the lead in the first half.